Hello dear friends, be very welcome to our new episode. As you already know, today we are reviewing the Viltrox EFM AF 33 f1.4 STM. If you're in the market for this sort of lens or have curiosity how it performs well, you've come to the right place. So let's get started with our review. The packaging. Viltrox has sorted out quite well the first impressions when you get your gear. The box is sturdy, well padded and compact, creating a pleasant unboxing experience. The white color gives some sort of reassuring, neat feeling when you are unboxing it. And inside it, you'll get the lens manual, a handy cloth lens pouch. You will also feel a sturdy lens made of metal that transmits confidence. Also, this is important, an unusual yet very welcome metallic lens hood. If you are in the market for this sort of lenses at this price point, I can't recall any that brings this sort of material for the lens hood. For those like us that love details, this is really nice first contact with the product. What about in terms of measures? Well, the filter size is 52 millimeters. The length is 65 by 73 millimeters. And the weight, well, it's 270 grams. This 33 1.4 has 9 aperture blades and an optical design of 10 elements in 9 groups, including one ED lens with HD nano multi-layer coating, go figure out, but I'm sure that's cool, and also a water resistant coating on the front lens element. This doesn't mean that it's weather sealed, but it's also good to have that coating on the front one. The minimum focusing distance is a very usable 0.4 meters. Like the other products on the brand, a huge benefit is having a USB port for future firmware upgrades. But let's move to the chase, let's move to the usage. This angle of view appears very natural to us. It's around 51 millimeters. It's more or less how we perceive a scene with our eyes. In the field of view and perspective terms, so it's quite close to what a general purpose lens must be. One of the great appeals of this lens is undoubtedly that great f1.4 aperture. We want that wide aperture to get the shallowest depth of field possible and obtains what we usually call of a bookalicious image. And we try it. I don't know if you like our examples, I hope you do, but we had lots of fun doing it. As you may see from our video, it's quite usable in many situations. Personally, we found it perfect not only for fashion portrait scenes, but also for moments like street shooting or details whenever you are. We tried to recreate some situations that could happen to us. Studio, documentary, lifestyle. There's an array, an endless array of situations where this lens can be quite helpful. The lightweight and luminosity in conjunction with the Canon M50, like we used, make this one like a really nice combo, not only for stills but also for video shooting. In fact, this video was entirely shot with this 33 f1.4 lens. Also, we must highlight that the seamless actuation of the autofocus due to the STM system. And if you aren't familiar with it, STM stands for the acronym for Stepper Motor. And it's a system that converts digital pulses into mechanical rotation. Since there aren't contact brushes in the motor, presumably it will last longer, will be more reliable, rugged, and it's relatively inexpensive to build. Also, is less likely to pick up lens motor noise when you are using the built-in microphone, but on these matters we also advise you to use an external mic to have or to get an even better job on these matters. And the image quality. If we compare this lens with its most fierce opponent, that's the Canon 32 f1.4, yes, 1.4, both will exhibit some purple and green fringing in high contrast situations when you have a strong light source. If you ask us about aberration issues, those are really small. Like we can see in our chart tests, above f2 it doesn't happen. Or, of course, if you have a slight one, it's quickly edited and in Lightroom perhaps, or Photoshop, or your editing software, and it will be solved. So it's really easy. Wide open at f1.4, we notice that the Viltrox looks slightly softer and in some situations could lack a bit of micro contrast. Again, the easiest solution is to stop down to f2, which makes a big improvement, or even at f4, being the optimum aperture for image quality. It's the so-called sweet spot that I'm sure you've heard of. In terms of light fall off and distortion across the field on the Viltrox, this is almost inexistent. This has even more merit if we consider that this isn't a native lens and has no built-in corrections on the camera. For us, it's clearly a good alternative for those who want to save some money, not wanting to open hands from great autofocus and build quality. We also may refer that instead of other third-party brands, this Viltrox 30C has full EXIF information, so the usage is seamless if you were perhaps with that Canon lens. Speed, accuracy, and even DI focusing adds are there. Also, there's an important point, because since this is such a luminous lens, perhaps while doing video, and here you can rely on the great autofocus or even on the quite smooth, almost buttery wheel to control the manual focusing, As I was told, since it's a luminous lens, it's much better, perhaps, if you are still using the lens that comes with the kit, the 1545. It's a very good lens for the price, but against this f1.4 aperture, if you do video or the situations that we've told you, this is a really great choice. You will experience another dimension that could be very helpful to your work, whatever it is. Again, stills or video. Lastly, those are rough moments in the moment that we are shooting today's video. As you are aware, we are facing war here on Europe. It's between Russia and Ukraine, and we sincerely hope that, I'm sure that not now, but someday when you are seeing this video, or perhaps seeing it for another time, that this is just a thing from the past. We are very concerned because on the 21st century this situation, this sort of situations couldn't occur. That's a thing from the past, so I sincerely hope that all this goes for the best, that peace comes and these fine people could enjoy again its life. So, my friends, thank you very much for your support. I don't have the consistency on bringing each week a video because it's really unbearable at this point, but I hope that very soon we can deliver this sort of content once a week. So please subscribe our channel if you didn't do it yet. Put us a like if you want, and comment. It's really important because we are catching up again. So, like I said, peace and thank you very much. See you very soon.